again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, also known as CRAZIER, and this is where we get you caught up on some of the latest news items that are tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. Thank you to everyone who has liked our previous episodes, to all of you who have subscribed to the channel. We are inching ever so close to 9,000 subscribers. Once we get there, we will give the orange quarter zip a rest for one show. We'll change the fit. I already know what I'm wearing. We got to get there before we get the Bengals game, right? I hope so. All right. Also, thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel and everyone who gets their comments down there in the viewer comment section. Now, coming up on today's show, the top rookie of the preseason has been announced. Also, the 2025 Browns, they have something we haven't seen in years. We also, now this is a big fantasy draft weekend, so we have put together our short list of Browns you can trust when you go to put together your fantasy team. And then down in the viewer comments, fill in this sentence, fill in the blank. Why did we keep blank? We'll get to it all. But first, we got to talk about the rookies first. First of all, Shedeur tweeting. New tweet from Shedeur. We'll talk about that in a minute. But was he the top rookie from training camp? Was it Dillon Gabriel? They love Dillon. Taken in third round, right? Could it have been Dylan Sampson? The other Dillon? What about Mason Graham? Could have been Mason Graham. How about Larvidan or somebody? Like, what about that? The top rookie of the preseason and the winner of the Maurice Bassett Award for 2025 is linebacker Carson Schwarzenegger. Yeah, he's the 33rd pick overall. He's the one they gave it to. And, he's off to a great start. So this is hard to argue with. It's easy to give it to one of the quarterbacks because obviously, most eyes are on them. I think you can make an argument for Larvidan. I think the receptions that he pulled in and the kick returns as well. So he had himself a really good training camp and preseason, but it's Schwarzenegger. And if you forget, let's look at some of his stats from college. I mean, this guy, we've already told you, he's like the second coming. He's Clay Matthews 2.0. We went through that on a show a few weeks ago, but they are like almost carbon copies of each other. And he is really, if those are the shoes he's going to fill, like the legendary shoes of Clay Matthews, he's already off and running towards that. But here's, as a reminder, here are his stats from college. He played 38 games at UCLA, the University of California, Los Angeles. Yes, 163 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, TFL, if you're in the business, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, and a partridge in the pear tree. Guy's good in college. And he's a brainiac. So he's picking up on things relatively quickly, but congratulations to Carson Schwarzenegger for winning the Maurice Bassett Award. Named after, it was created in 1985 in honor of running back Maurice Bassett, who played for the Browns from 1954 to 56, but was given the most outstanding rookie. It's always given to the most outstanding rookie in camp, voted by the media, not by the team. So the media goes out there, checks it out, and they say, this guy should get it. So Carson Schwarzenegger is your guy. Now, Schwarzenegger is part of this new look roster that I want to talk about, because when you look up and down this roster, now that it's set, the 53-man, you see something that I can't remember. The balance of young talent and experienced veterans, also with talent. I can't remember us having this mix in a long, long time. I mean, let's take a look. Let's go first with, and I don't have everybody on each of these lists. We'll start with the young guns. Mason Graham, there's Schwarzenegger. Dylan Sampson, our quarterbacks, our rookie quarterbacks, Shedeur and Dylan, the Flying Hawaiian. Harold Fanning Jr., Bowling Green, big win on Thursday night in Eddie George's debut. 2 seasons in a row, Bowling Green returned their opening kickoff of the season back for a touchdown. Crazy. Wonder what that would have paid. But I had them. I had a money line, so they won for me. Isaiah McGuire, don't forget. I mean, it's not just the rookies. You got guys who've been here now a couple years, like said Tillman and guys like that. That on both the offense and the defense. Diabate, Aiden Huntington, undrafted rookie free agent who, these are some promising young stars. These are the young guns, but how about the crafty veterans? Don't forget Jerry Jeudy. These guys aren't that old. I ran out of room for Jerome Ford. He's in a contract year. He's only 25 or 26. Like all of these guys, outside of Batonio and Conklin. I mean, you got those seasoned men and Flacco. You got your older vets, but Ward and Newsome, Delpit, Myles Garrett, Malik Collins. Like what a mix. What a great mix. That we have, that veteran leadership, combined with that youth development, but very talented, young, up and coming star. I think they call them rising. Is it rising? So are they rising stars? They're not rising freshmen, rising sophomores, rising juniors. They're rising stars, and they're all on our team. But it's just nice to see that we've got a nice, healthy balance of young guns and crafty veterans, but they're all good. They all can play. So that's going to be fun to watch as the season progresses. Speaking of season, fantasy draft season is here. This is a huge weekend for fantasy drafts. I will have a couple of them by the time it's all said and done. And okay, I am targeting a few Browns. If I can get them, I'm going to get them. And I start with Jerry Jeudy. I will absolutely grab Jerry Jeudy if I can. Now, it gets tricky when if you're drafting in a league in Cleveland, because the Cleveland fans know these kind of things, so they'll tend to go a little bit earlier, the Browns that are worth drafting. So, if you live in Dubuque, Jerry Jeudy, you probably could get him in the 7th or 8th round. But here, I don't know. Jeudy could go, 4th, 5th round if you're not looking. Njoku's another one. I think, especially with Flacco in this offense, I think look what he did with Flacco the last time. You can only go on that, and that's not so bad. He tore it up. We did the whole segment on that. And then Fanning Jr., they're going to use him. You're not sure how. I always get a little leery about taking rookies. And I would even say Dylan Sampson to me is the safer bet on the rookies because he's going to get the ball. I mean, he's going to get the ball a lot. So it would be Judkins. I've been screaming up and down for you. You got to take Judkins. But, well, he's not here. So Jeudy, Njoku, Sampson, Fannin. Those are the 4 I think you could absolutely take. And then you can take flyers on guys like, Bond. I mean, he might be a home run hitter for you or something. Tillman. But I think Judy's going to get a lot of volume in a PPR. I'm in 2 PPRs. I think him and Njoku even too. So good way to look at it. Sampson, out of the backfield, he can catch. That's what they want to use him for, So he's another one. If you're in a PPR league, I would absolutely consider drafting Dylan Sampson. Now, always getting drafted are the viewer comments because you guys crush it every day. And we'll start today with a password. It's BKB0509. Now, this is talking about Dylan Sampson. Wow, what a segue that was. He says, playing in the SEC doesn't automatically make you good. Yeah, but you know what? In my book, if you come from the SEC, to me, I think the SEC, and go ahead, hammer me in the comments, I'm ready for it, is the best conference in college football. Hands down. But even better than the Big Ten. Because the Big Ten, you got Ohio State. And then after that, it starts to get dicey. Michigan, they cheat. They have to cheat to win. Penn State, they can't win any big games. And then it really falls to Purdue, Indiana, UCLA, USC. They shouldn't even be in the Big Ten if you ask me. Washington, come on, give me a break. So the SEC though, man, oh my gosh, every week anything can happen, So to me, if you're the SEC Player of the Year, you've done something in my book. BKB0509. If you need a password, there's a good one. Oh, my man, 97 Buckeye guy, he's back. Talking about adding Bailey Zappi to the practice squad. He said, come on, man. Shedeur is going to keep being developed, but if Flacco and Gabriel both ended up hurt in week 3, Zappi is getting the start. He already knows the system better than Shedeur. No, he doesn't, because he was working under Ken Dorsey's system. He doesn't know Kevin Stefanski's system. Dorsey was here for 2 years and got full reign last year. So, yeah, Zappi still has to learn the Stefanski offense. Plus, Zappi stinks. If Zappi was any good, he wouldn't have been on the beach. He would be somebody's franchise quarterback, or at least their quarterback number 2. But he's not, because he's terrible. And so he is a medical emergency. It would take like a tsunami to hit the Browns quarterback room and wash all of our guys like out to Dylan Gabriel's home in Hawaii, and then they couldn't get back in time for the game, or something like that to happen for Bailey Zappi to the tsunami would hit like at 11:30 in the morning, noon, before a game, a 1:00 game, and then they're stuck on the island trying to get back, and then they're like, wow, I guess we got to start Zappi. That's the only way Zappi's playing. At TD Mayday, I like that, TD Mayday, easy to remember. How do you keep DeAndre Carter? A guy that's been in the league for 8 years, he's caught a total of 6 touchdown passes and had 18 fumbles. Is there a receiver coach high? Here's the thing. He was brought in there to return kicks and return kicks only. That's why, I thought when they got rid of him and then decided to bring him back, I thought they got rid of him because they're like, well, forget this. We got Larvidan. He can return kicks. Let's just do that. But then they didn't. But I will tell you, when I was out of camp, the ball in his hands, he is fast. He's small. He's about the size of Florio, like 5'9". But my gosh, he looks like the cube. He looks like the cube on, when you're watching my videos back and you put them at 2 times the speed because you only want to spend half the time with me, then you really want to, because I would do the same thing. But, it's like watching him on 2 times the speed when he's got the ball in his hands. He is super, super fast, DeAndre Carter. So that's why you keep him. We'll see. Let's see. He's here to return kicks, bar none. At Frank says, I'm a believer in strong offensive lines. You rarely get pushed around. How is Zach Zinter progressing? There's nothing to say that Zinter won't be ready. So we're going with that for now. He will be back and ready to go. And we'll end on Bang Boxing, who says, I just want Shedeur traded so we don't have to think about the Cleveland Browns anymore. Bang Boxing, come on. You can't say that to me. I bleed brown and orange. I'm from Cleveland. I grew up in the city, 5 minutes from the stadium. You can't say that stuff to me. But I will say this. Shedeur has the right attitude about this whole thing, being QB3 and everything. He tweeted, back to tweeting, early... it was either late Thursday, early Friday, call it whatever you want. He said, quote, God doesn't make mistakes. When you realize that everything happens for a reason, you'll find peace in your situation. And there you go. That's all you can do. Let the game come to you. Sometimes you have to do that. Let the game come to you. And I think he understands that. And we will all be better. The Browns will be better for it. Trust me. I know we live in a microwave society. Everybody wants everything right away. That's why we have microwaves, so we can cook our food in 30 seconds and then be eating fast. But this, sometimes you got to pump the brakes a little bit. We'll get there. All right. Labor Day weekend is here. It's the last, They always say it's the last official weekend of summer. But, it's like bad, that's bad, but good football is a week away. NFL football. The Browns will be back. All right, that'll do it. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.